Dex here, and welcome to Grind Survivors, a new indie roguelike that mixes Doom with Bullet Hell. Now, if you're interested to learn more about the mechanics like the arsenal and the forge and the skill tree, then stay tuned later. I will timestamp that at the end of the video. For now, let's jump in and slay some demons. Alright, starting off. So just like any other Survivors-like game, enemies keep spawning. You get to have a choice of weapons. Alright, we got level ups. We can go through different abilities here. So we can get curse damage, ability reduction, and damage. Currently using a shotgun, but there's also like revolvers. We also have SMGs and a whole bunch more. Okay, let's do some experience. Now, what's slightly different about this game, instead of having like an HP bar that will go down as you get hit, you actually have lives. So anytime you do get hit, you will lose a heart, and throughout the game, enemies may drop a heart for you to restore those. Now, as you can see, there's also like waypoints that you can get that offer buffs. We gotta level up here. Let's keep stacking that experience gain. Go around the map to see if there's any other waypoints we get more bonuses. Okay, and each of these skills too, if you notice, has like a progression to it to offer bonus abilities. Let's keep going that damage. Okay, and there's also some weapons that you can get, drops with different rarities. Common, uncommon, rare, legendary. Okay, this is interesting. Add an elemental effect, so we can do lightning. And now also with this game, there are different characters you can choose from. And currently in the playtest, there's just the one. And with this particular character, they specialize in bouncing with their bullets, which hits multiple targets. Let's do knockback and damage. And some of the other characters, like one is kind of more magical and has, if you will, like Jedi abilities that have push effects and status effects. And then you have some other characters that focus more on large weapons, heavy damage, extending magazines of bullets. Oh, summon additional lightning bolt. That sounds pretty cool. Making quick work of these enemies. Let's find some more waypoints. Have one up here. Get some shooting range. And you do have a dodge effect on each 250 picked up XP, or oh, that's cool. That's like a permanent damage bonus for each XP we gain. I would say that's pretty good early in the game. Now there is a timer at the top middle section of how long we have within this stage, as well as difficulties. So as you complete and beat the bosses, you're able to increase the difficulty and get a higher chance of getting more rare items, specifically weapons. I do like the aesthetics of this game. The colors do pop pretty well. And the music too. Very Doom-like. Alright, let's get more XP and move speed. Pick up some of that ash. That is a material that's used to level up your weapons. So it's kind of like a upgrade path for your gear. Got some exploding demons. Gotta be careful not to get too close. Alright, some crit damage here. Head down to this other pillar here. Get some dodge. Now, what's also interesting about this game, you can switch modes to... Oh, what's this? So we have this boundary zone that enemies come and we can't leave until we kill, I guess, a boss, a certain amount of enemies. This is kind of like that one game, Death Must Die. This is like intervals in between enemy waves and the boss. You kind of get these walled off areas that you have to complete. We can get more bounce, dodge, ability cooldown. Yeah, let's get more bounce. Not sure how long this lasts. Oh, there we go. Gameplay seems pretty smooth too. No issues. Also works well on a controller. That's what I'm using right now. Now, as I mentioned regarding the controls, you can go into a more manual firing pattern to where I would assume it's like a more twin stick, so you can aim with your other controller stick at the enemies rather than have it auto and pivot to the enemies to fire. So you can make it more skill difficult, which I think is pretty good to have. I'm a big fan of all these survivors-like games, and this one looks pretty clean. Something I definitely want to dive deeper into once they have it out in like early access or full release. I want to check out all the characters and abilities. This shield effect's pretty helpful too. I'm gonna go more ammo with the shotgun. We do have a lower ammo capacity. So as mentioned, with the shield, it protects you from losing hearts. So if you do get hit, it takes out... Whoa, we just smoked that boss. Wow. So yeah, we're protected right now from losing one of our hearts. with a shield, and we have 2 currently, as you see in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, let's grab some of these buffs around the map. So it has a little bit of cell shading color to it. And they do pop pretty well. All right, level up. Okay, your damage is increased by half of your shot, and you get shot range. Hey, let's do that. Get a little bit more range, and then also increases damage. Let's head up here. What bonus do we have? Shoot range, that's good. Damage, very nice. Oh, defeat Demon Lord. Roll Spider. Dead. Oh, we got some legendaries too. Hell yeah. That was awesome. Made quick work of those bosses. Victory. Okay. Now, that was a pretty good run. I really enjoyed the game. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the menus and the forge, the skill tree. So with here, you have your main menu, which is your character, and you have all the different stats on the right hand side and effects. You also have the different stages here on the bottom left. So right now we're in Dark 1. You can go Dark 2 and increase that. And there's also an Infinity mode. And you have the different biomes here. Right now in the playtest, it's just the burned forest. Heading over to the arsenal, you have all the different weapons that you start off with in the beginning, just a few. And then as you start playing the game and enemies drop, you'll start collecting different rarity items. Some from common, then uncommon, rare, and epic. And then also legendary. You do have ruins. Ruins you also get throughout the game that are kind of like achievement unlocks that have different bonuses and effects, and you can upgrade those as well. Next, you have your characters. So within the playtest, you just have Cascade, which has the bullet storm effect, so give +2 bounce, 100% shot range, and converts all piercing to bounce. And then hopefully maybe in another playtest or any early access, you'll be able to use the other characters, Vanta, Riven, and Solara, each with their own different effects and playstyle. Next, we head over to the Forge. With all your kind of weapons, you're able to do different improvements to them. So we have the Reforge, so you can kind of choose a weapon and change their stats. So if I pick this, you can kind of spend some of this I guess it's kind of like the ash or essence, if you will, to re-roll these effects to either get a random chance to become worse or better, which is pretty neat. So it gives longevity and different combinations to your weapons. you also have improve. So you can select a weapon and then start using your ash to rank it up. And as you start ranking it up, you also have a risk of losing the progress. So right now, for example, with this legendary weapon, I have it at a +4 with a 50% chance to make it go all the way back down to level 1, and I have to re-level it all over again. And then lastly, within the forge, we have recycle, which basically allows you to scrap any weapons you don't want, and that provides you with ash. Next, we have the skill tree, pretty simple skill tree that goes into 3 columns here with different bonuses: dash reduction, reroll, some pickup range, kind of your standard survivor-like bonuses and effects that you can get. You can reset them, which then resets this, so you can kind of reallocate your points, which is pretty cool. And then lastly is just your codex, which has different achievements that you can unlock, and you get rewards for them. So as you start playing and kind of randomly unlocking them, and you click these, you're able to kind of like unlock new features, abilities, as well as gain a little bit of ash to further improve your weapons and gear. There's different synergies as well. So similar to some concepts in survivors-like games, you can fuse abilities together to get different bonus effects, more powerful kind of abilities, which is pretty neat that I like to see. And then lastly, they actually have a leaderboard here, which is pretty cool. So people that like to achievement hunt and kind of be the best at these type of games, they can look forward to that. So that's all. So again, that is Grand Survivors. I will definitely be taking a look at more of this as the game progresses. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, take care, everybody.